welcome everybody to this series of video tutorials where we will show you how to use this, the Kosoku. My name is Pablo, I am the main engineer of Quko, and in this series of videos we are going through all of the steps you have to follow in order to get everything set up for using the Kosoku in your trainings, your competitions, everything. From the very basics, how to get everything set up for just recording a session, to the more complex features like connecting it to your Garmin watch, connecting it to the Quko Live system, connecting the heart rate monitors, everything. We will try to get everything covered in this series. For now, this is the very first video and we are just going to go through the basics on how to get started with your device. This is a device that has not been used. It's completely new as the one you would receive in the box. With it, you will also receive the charging plate because the device is charging wirelessly. And you will also receive the official charger. It is very important that you always use the charger that is provided in the kit, because if you try to use a charger that is not powerful enough, you may have problems later with some features not working properly. So please try to use always the official charger. Okay, so let's get started. This is the device. First step is going to be just access the Quko Cloud platform. So once we are here, as you can see, I already set up a demo account for showing how the procedure works. We sign in our account. And on the left side of the screen, you will see this tab that reads devices. Okay, so we click here, and this is the main page, the main portal where all of your devices will appear. Here, there's this initial setup box. That is what we are going to do right now. As you can see here in pair devices, it says you haven't paired any device yet. This is what you will find if you are new to the platform. If you have other devices, they will appear here. We will show everything right now. And one previous step that is very important before pairing any device is that you have your Bluetooth active. Okay, you really need Bluetooth to pair your laptop to the device for the very first time. Later, it will not be needed. You will only need an internet connection, but for device pairing, Bluetooth is needed. So before doing anything, we hit on Find Kosoku Devices, and you will see this tab in Chrome that opens searching for devices. Maybe in your case, if it's the first time you do it, it will request for like some permissions. You click on accept, and now we put the device on the charging plate. It will vibrate 2 times, and now 3 times, which means that it's already in settings mode. We choose the device, hit connect, and it will say Kosoku connected. Okay, now we need to introduce the Wi-Fi password and the Wi-Fi, the name of the network we want to connect the device to. For this, we set up a test Wi-Fi we can connect to. It's checking the Wi-Fi network. Let's wait for some seconds. Okay, and device paired successfully. It reloads, and here we have it. The Kosoku, this is the 0061, this is the serial number of the device, and it already says that it's connected. Okay, it's as easy as it can get. If you feel that after connecting the device it starts vibrating more often or even it reboots, it's because once it connects to the Wi-Fi, it's going to automatically look for software updates. So maybe if there's a software update available, it will just update the device. So that's why it can reboot for a couple of times. After that, it will already vibrate for 4 times and then stop vibrating and you are ready to go. Then there's this tab here that reads device settings. Here in the drop-down menu, we can choose our device, the one we just connected, and we got some telemetry data like battery percent, version, region, etc. File manager, as you can see right now, it says no files because we just started using this device. We didn't record any session with it. And then bezel. This is the type of boat it will be used on. In this case, let's say it's a canoe, a C1 for men. Okay. This bezel field is only important if you are going to use live data transmission, because this is telling the device that when it's sending data about stroke rates, distance per stroke, and accelerations, this all, it should use as a reference this boat here, like a C1 main in this case. However, if you only plan to store data in the device for like checking it later in Quko Cloud application, you don't really need to use this, okay? This is important only for live data transmission. Then local credentials. This is used for when you connect the device to the Quko Live system, this antenna that goes on the motorboat and can connect up to 9 devices at once. These are the credentials, just to make sure that there is no other team or other person that has access to the same live data as you have. You can change here the name and the password, just if you want. Wi-Fi, this is the network we just set up right now, no problem with that. Telemetry and features, this is similar to the previous, but so imagine that you are a very big group training on the water, and there are 2 different Quko Live stations, 2 different motorboats with these antennas. This is telling you which of the motorboats the device should connect to. This will be everything explained in a different tutorial, but just for you to more or less understand what each of these parameters is. And here there are the 2 most important options that you really do need to change. Save logs is for storing the sessions in the storage of the device. If you are, for example, training during winter and you have these long trainings where you are just going to paddle for a long time and you will not really take the file, upload it to the platform and analyze it later, it's better to disable this to save storage and also to save battery while you are using the device on the water. However, if you are going to use the device on a competition or on a specific training that you do really want to record, it's key to have it on. Otherwise, the device will not record any data, okay? And similarly, with the live data, it's similar. If you are just going to record and you do not plan to use like Garmin connectivity, you do not plan to use this Quko Live connectivity, it's better to turn it off to save battery so that the connection is never turned on. However, if you want to use the Garmin data field, for example, for being able to check live some data during your training, you do need to have this active so that the device knows that it needs to be sending the data. Then the next menu is just heart rate monitors. The Kosoku is compatible with up to 4 heart rate monitors for K4 and C4. It's very straightforward. You just activate the one you want and you would search here for devices and choose the heart rate monitor you want. I don't have any heart rate monitor available right now, but we will go through this step by step on a different video on this. Similar to paddle sensors, if you have one of the paddle sensors for the paddle to record like movement and other physical magnitudes that we do right now, you will just activate it and write here the serial number of the device, so it will automatically connect. And again, up to 4 people for K4 and C4. And finally, the star signal transmitter. This is something that is targeted at event organizers. It's another device we commercialize so that referees, when they are hitting the start button during a competition, for example, in the ready, set, go, they press the button. With this device, it will send a signal to all of the 9 lanes that have a Kosoku device, so that the Kosoku understand that that is the exact moment when the referee pressed the button. And this allows you to measure also speed of reaction, like reaction time. It measures like more accurately when the test exactly started to have a better approximation on the final time. As I said, it's going to be the scope of a different video and it's more targeted to event organizers, but just for you to know what this does. But yes, once we have changed the vessel and once we have changed the telemetry and other features, we just save the settings, setting saves correctly, and that's it. Okay, so that's it. I already removed the device from the charging plate and you are ready to go. It's as easy as that. It takes a couple of minutes. You just set up the basic settings that you are going to use, and now you're ready to put the device in the socket on the boat, and the paddler can start training, competing, whatever, and the device will start doing its thing. As easy as it can get. However, imagine that now you finish your training, you went to the water, you already did everything that you had planned, and you want to change some settings because you had it set up for a C1 and you want to use it now in a K1, for example, or you want to download any of the files that you have been recording. What is the procedure? How you do this? Very easy. So we go back to our devices page. As you can see here, we still see our device, but now it shows that it's offline. So in order to bring it online, we put the device on the charging plate. It will start vibrating again, meaning that it's turning on. It can take up to 20-30 seconds to load because it's fetching the updates in case there's any update. So you really need to wait for some seconds. And once it already finished getting everything set up, it vibrates 4 times. It says brr, 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 brr. And after that, you can refresh the page and it will already say Kosoku connected, right? You choose here your device. Again, we have no file because we didn't use it in the water. We are just making a tutorial, but you have access back to the settings page. You can change whatever you want, save the settings. More important information may be that one device can be paired to multiple accounts. So right now, as you can see, during the second time we did the procedure, we didn't hit define Kosoku devices because it was already paired to our account. However, if it's a device that you are sharing between different coaches or between different athletes, you can do this procedure of this initial setup with each of them, and then the device will be paired with multiple people. There's no problem with that. Okay, so once the device is charging, multiple people can have access to the files and the settings. Then another important thing to note is that the device is not required to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network as the computer. The only important thing is that it has an internet connection. Okay, so you can even share internet from your phone so that device can be connected to it. It's important that there is internet connection, but the rest you are free. The laptop can be connected to any other network. And imagine that, for example, you went to a hotel, you went to a competition, and let's say that now you don't have access to the same Wi-Fi network you were using before because you usually use your device in your training center at home or whatever. And now if you're somewhere in a different country for a competition, you don't have access to the same Wi-Fi network. Then the procedure would be to connect to the new network would be very easy. You just hit without the device charging, with the device disconnected, find Kosoku devices, you charge it, it will vibrate, and in 5 to 10 seconds it will appear here, pair, connecting over Bluetooth, and here you can write the new Wi-Fi name and the new Wi-Fi password. Okay, you hit configure Wi-Fi and pair, and here you will still have the same device. It will also show that it's connected, but it will be connected to your new network instead of to the old one. Okay, so that's it. That's how you set up your device for the first time, for multiple times. It's a short process. Anyways, if you have any comment, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to send us an email for customer support. We are here to help. And even you can leave your questions on the comments so I can directly answer there. I'm checking the comments very often. So yes, now that you already have your device set up, you are ready to go. You can use it on the water. You can start recording your sessions and analyzing your files. Anyways, we will soon publish our second tutorial on how to put the device on a boat, how to get everything set up correctly on the vessel so that the device is in the right place, how to record the session, and then how to upload it to the platform to analyze it later. Okay? So thank you very much, and see you in the next one.